coming to you today, right now, from allegedly one of the most haunted woods in the Madison, Wisconsin area. There are legends of all sorts of activity up here. Cold spots very commonly, but sounds, having your hair pulled, so physical contact, being buzzed by mosquitoes. That's not paranormal, but it's constant. But yeah, of course there are legends that this was a Native American burial ground, which usually when you hear that you can assume that that's just urban legend. There's a lot of urban legends about this location. Ooh, that was a spider. Hey, good times. The legends aren't so much tied with the Native American association with the area, they're more so tied with this building right here, which currently it's still in use by the county of Dane County. So it is a public building, it's in use. But originally was built as a tuberculosis sanitarium, and that is true. Huge building here, that's why this area is nicknamed Sanitorium Hill. We don't really know any ghost stories that come from the building itself, but certainly there was a great loss of life that happened just within those walls, and most likely the grounds outside of it, since at that time the prescription for getting better from tuberculosis was sunlight. So you'll see there's a huge grand front lawn, and I wouldn't be surprised if this area back here was used as well. In fact, just as I'm looking around shooting this, we see some, that looks like electrical pipe that's left behind, some other ruins. This area here is dug out. Let's see, maybe this was a foundation at one point. But yeah, oh, so concrete here under my feet. All around. Ooh, I wonder if this was a swimming pool, actually. This feels like it could be the right size, and I'm walking in the shallow end, which is ramped down. We got the structure right behind us here, and it does get deeper as we go. I don't know if there's a swimming pool back here, but that's my early guess. And I do want to point out again that this is public land, not just to show that I'm not not trespassing, but to demonstrate that this is an interesting place that if you are interested in ghost hunting or just seeing an interesting place for yourself, this is legal as long as you're here before sundown. So we're just going to walk around a little bit. Lots of depressions, so I'm excited to check out a place like this because I think there's going to be a lot of history just below our feet as I'm walking over right now. It could be Native American, it could date back to when the sanitarium was first built. There's a church with cemetery just over this way we'll take a look at quickly too. And there are urban legends that the crematorium, or that there was a crematorium just off to that side. Allegedly there are ruins there. I'm not sure if we'll hit that area. Huge berm full of thorns. So that's fun. So many thorns. Okay, I'm gonna pull this out of my thigh. That'll be, gosh darn it. Whew. It's in there. So that's interesting. That tree that is dead and the top is lopped off entirely has stairs running up it. That would have been a hell of a lookout point at one point in time. Okay, I see some more ruins down here. Yeah, again, that's so wild. See the little nailed-in ladder, basically, coming up the side of that. But here we got concrete. Lots of fence posts. This is a ramp. Oh, there's some foundations of some sort back here. Odd place for a bench. So this is just going to be really cut and dry, easy little video, looking around this location, sharing me freaking out at stuff in the woods. I'm a shitty boy, you see? But really doing a call. If you guys have any of your own stories, if you've heard other legends about this place, whether it's folklore or real life, this happened to me and my friends while we were walking around here, this is a call for your information. I want to learn more about this place. I'm going to do a lot more historical research and archaeological research, and maybe we can dispel some myths or confirm some myths. always a good thing. I always just love getting down to the heart of the matter, getting down to the nitty-gritty and the truth. And the fact that I'm not even really looking around too much, we found that foundation there, and that possible pool foundation. That's pretty cool. Didn't hear anybody writing about those things online. So I don't know, there's information to be learned. And real life, true story, is that the place was a tuberculosis sanitarium. So it's always a really good thing to tell that story. We can't forget about the fact that not that long ago, a lot of people lost their lives right here in a rough way. So it's good to remember our past, to keep them in our hearts, keep them respected, by not forgetting, because that's what happened a lot. People just got kind of thrown away, tossed aside, because it was such a scary issue that people didn't really want to deal with. And unfortunately, then horror stories come out of it. Here's the cemetery now. Beautiful place, very quiet. You get the hum of the road in the distance, but it's peaceful back here. Coming up on the church here, it's a tiny little single room structure. And it's difficult to see through the trees, but the parking lot for the old sanitarium building is just right there. I mean, only 100 yards away at most. I have not heard any stories specifically relating to this church. You can see by that marker up high, that limestone, it says 1884. Well, some mystery solved already. So they've got a nice cultural history sign here. And here we go. I don't know when this was, so 1946 is when this sketch came from. Here's the large building here. This is waterfall and pools right here. And we look at this satellite view. There was an upper pool, a lower pool, and a waterfall right where we were looking around. So maybe that was the lower pool that we discovered. And then if we go back even further, I think this was the trail that we were on earlier. Hog house. So I believe this is where we were. Hogs would come up that ramp, go in there. There's a ramp on either side of that structure, and it must have been all grazing area behind it. They used to keep beehives over here. Shed, garage. We do see the cemetery and church on this side. So people talk about smokestacks. I wonder if those are still standing. But it is that's the powerhouse, and that's what people are claiming was the crematorium, which I don't even know if they would dispose of bodies that way at a sanitarium. This was in use for TV all the way up to 1966, so we're not talking about ancient history here. But I'll bet there are remnants. Oh, there's a quarry back here too. I bet there are remnants of all of these little buildings mentioned. There's a wishing well. That's worth seeing. You think a lot of wishes went down into that. There's still a lot of structures in this area, and I'll bet there's ruins of all of those. Thanks for taking a look at this little video that's kind of an appetizer of this location. Very excited about learning more, returning to this place with more information, and returning to this place to look around after hearing what you all can contribute to it. Your stories, your maybe historical insight. As always, stay tuned to whatsyourghoststory.com. Like this video and subscribe on YouTube. That will help this video and this channel be seen by other people that are interested in this kind of a thing. Whatsyourghoststory.com is the place where you can sign up for the newsletter that comes out once a month and looks at haunted locations around the country. Thanks for watching.